Part 5, Webinar and Workshop Hijacking. Now, why do a workshop? Now, in some cases, a launch will have already happened and the market's moving on, or maybe it's bored with the particular concept that you are going to be concerned with. So what you are going to need to do in order to make it sellable is to find a different set of online customers. In some cases, you're going to need to find a different set of offline customers interested in the niche. And these customers can typically be persuaded in a different way. They can be persuaded by your proof. So they don't necessarily need to see a new launch, and they don't necessarily see a big price decrease or a price cut. They're really going to be persuaded by seeing evidence that what you have is going to be right for them at that particular time. And when you have that proof, these customers can be persuaded by the same copy that you're using. Now, you are going to have online customers in different niches, and sometimes there are different pockets of online marketers that may not have heard a particular product in a marketplace, like for instance JVZoo. They're going to be people who have operated in the ClickBank environment but who haven't heard of anything in JVZoo, or maybe they were operating in the Warrior Plus environment. Maybe they were operating in the Zaxa environment, and all these are affiliate networks. Maybe they were operating in the Deal Guardian network, and again, they may not have heard of a particular product in a particular area, and so this will be relevant to them. So what you want to do then is to make something called webinar or workshop hijacking work for you in this particular case. What's going to happen is you're going to be sending traffic to a webinar instead of an actual bonus page. So people are going to have a concept taught to them, and then they're going to be asked or pitched on buying a product. Now, obviously, you're going to be using an automated webinar in order to do this. You're basically going to be using the webinar as your testing ground, and you're going to pitch the product to a number of different audiences according to their particular problem. So in other words, you're going to send people with a specific kind of problem to a specific kind of webinar, and you are going to then pitch your product to them based on their particular problem. And of course, all this is going to be easy to do inside of any webinar system where you have control in order to send an automated webinar. Now, in order to do this, you're still going to need a bonus. You are going to need to seed the value throughout your presentation. So you're going to be talking about things like what it would cost to fix their problem. What would it cost to have them see a similar solution? You want to have this throughout the presentation. You don't just want to wait till the end to try to convince people with a very low price. You want to be talking to them about the value they should expect to pay over the course of the time during the webinar. What would it actually cost if things got worse for them? And you should be telling them that throughout your presentation. You want to make sure that whatever facility you're using for your automated webinar, make sure that your customer or your potential customer can see the bonus. So in other words, use a visual representation. If you have a graphical software box or something that they can actually visualize what it is they're going to be getting as a result of picking up the purchase through your affiliate link when you are webinar hijacking. And then make sure that bonus is shown to them when the offer is made. So make sure that it is visible to them. If you can use an automated feature so that they can see that bonus, that it's timed so that when the offer comes, they'll actually see the bonus right along with it so that they know they have to act in order to get the bonus in addition to your offer. And finally, make sure that you are watching your stats very carefully, because you want to make sure you understand whether or not the webinar is actually converting. You want to know at what point people are leaving. You want to know at what point they are coming in. You want to have a good sense for what the webinar is actually doing for you, because again, this webinar is actually taking the place of a bonus page and is actually going to do a main portion of the selling for you. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.